the taxi, when you started to say about the taxis, no taxis have wheelchair ramps. But
there's a van in Fredericton that has had one put in just for that reason.
Yeah, and that's when you started talking about the ramps in the vans, that's a great idea. And even if they had one taxi per city or region or somewhere close that they could add a ramp, like you said, that's really a great initiative, and for the companies as well. And the rural areas, like in our city at home in Miramichi, the transit system only goes around the river. They don't hit the rural areas. So there's another barrier.
Yeah.
As well. And you talked a little bit about navigating through the systems of social development, and that's a real issue that I see a lot coming through our office as well. I'm sure many in the room have as well too. Is having somebody to know the different routes and being able to point them in the right direction, because a lot of the calls we get, they just don't know where to go to get the information or get the help that they need. When you talk about preventative measures before treatment, a lot of physical kind of eye-opening when a lot of physical disabilities end up in mental disabilities like your own. When you talk about sitting with a bottle of wine and a bottle of pills, it's really unnerving to think, that you and so many people have come in the same close call and the same feeling. So it's and then I think about seniors. Can you talk a little bit about seniors' mental health, their physical health, as it deteriorates when they're older, the blocks that they have, and the challenges, that grow in all of these areas, I guess, as they get older?
Well, yeah, I mean, I can look at my mom. So she's 76, she's going to be 77. She really shouldn't be driving. She is a person who is losing her ability to drive. I hope she's not watching right now. But if you don't believe me, I'll take you for a drive with her someday. You'll only do it once. But she's not going to get on the bus because she doesn't even understand the bus schedule or how it works. And she's from that generation that sees the bus as icky. And it's, again, how do we change that mindset? By working with seniors groups and maybe we do some free trips and take them out on a trip to show them the bus system and the routes, right? We used to do that with our Sparks when I still was in Girl Guides. We would take them on the bus, take them around the city, take them to the bus wash. They love that, the big car wash for the buses. And you just show them the fun aspect of it, and it slowly changed that mindset. We need to have more in play for our seniors because so many of our seniors do face mobility issues or have disabilities. They're also facing vision issues. There are just not enough specialists to get around to the hips, the knees, the ankles, be it a senior or a person with a disability. And, they built our country. They deserve better. They also shouldn't be choosing between, do I eat today or do I take my medication? And a lot of persons with disabilities fear getting older because if you're on something like CPP, when you turn 60, your payments get cut even more, and they're already not great. So it is an issue. I think that seniors fit very much into our category. I've talked to a couple of senior advocates and say we really do have a lot in common, and that we do need to come together more often and fight for things like transit. I think that there's an opportunity there to provide our seniors with more opportunities to get out, to get to medical care, and to enjoy their golden years. This is why they work so hard, so that they can have this time off and enjoy life. But my mom sits home and does very little ever, and it terrifies me because it's not good for her mental health. And she worked too hard as an entrepreneur when she was younger, and raising my sister and I, and then helping out with the grandkids because one of my daughters is autistic, so mom did a lot of help there because there were no services for autism at that time. And now she deserves to celebrate life, but the abilities for her to do that are very limited. And I'm her caretaker because my other sister's a nurse who had to go to Maine 20 years ago because no one would hire nurses in New Brunswick full time. So I'm her caretaker, but I can barely leave my house. When I go visit her, I've got the gas mask and a Tyvek suit on. And the other people at her seniors apartment think that someone's got infected by COVID.